Today is the day. It's October 31st, Halloween, the day we wait all year for and then are super depressed when it comes and goes. Having said that, I thought, why not give you guys an uplifting, positive video on this Halloween? That video is simply this. Although we can disagree on a lot of things to do with the David Gordon Green trilogy, we can all agree on this, or we should. Halloween Kills rips. What's up, everybody? It's Nick here from the Lost River Drive-In, and tonight I wanted to talk about Halloween Kills. Yes, the movie seen over my shoulder. The movie that, when it came out, we thought was going to blow up the internet. Little did we know Halloween Ends would come a year later and truly fracture the internet and the fan base. Not just split it in half, split it into like 15 corners, which doesn't make sense because there should be only 4 corners, but you know exactly what I mean. I think sometimes as a fan base, we can be overly critical of things. And in hindsight, when we look back on something, we realize that it wasn't as bad as we thought. Especially in this trilogy where it was kind of all over the place. Halloween 2018 made a lot of people happy, but made people like myself kind of disappointed, wanting more. Halloween Ends made a lot of people angry, but then made people like me really happy and gave us something different and something we really loved. But there was a movie in the middle there that kind of took the world by storm. Halloween Kills was this uber, super, ultra, whatever word you want to use, slasher. A movie we don't see nowadays. That's not something that you saw. It wasn't normal. This is a movie that felt like it was born right out of the late 80s. It felt like a movie that would have just been perfect to turn on in a drive-in when in 1989 with you and your girlfriend. Like, it seemed like that kind of movie. And we just don't see that anymore. And I think that at the time that threw a lot of people off guard because they saw Halloween 2018 as a movie that was trying to return to the original film, trying to bring back what they thought you wanted and thought you loved and missed. When in reality, I just felt like that one was cribbing a little bit too much on things we'd already seen. Halloween Kills was this weird movie, this movie that just kind of happened. And when it happened, people were mad. Some people loved it, some people hated it. I loved it. Obviously, Ends is my favorite of the trilogy, but I'm here to tell you that I think Halloween Kills is easily the most accessible of this trilogy and should be the one out of this trilogy that 20 years from now people look back on and go, I had a blast with that one. Halloween Kills wasn't some movie that was going to blow you away with its story or its dialogue. It was never intended to be that. In the marketing, they kind of tried to sell it as that at times, and it was kind of disappointing to see because the movie was never going to live up to some of that marketing. It wasn't fair. Halloween Kills was always meant to be, hey, Laurie, you're off to the side now. Let's see what happens when Michael just runs amok through this town for an entire night. What it does to the town, what it does to the people, what that night 40 years ago did to this town. Now knowing that he's out on the loose again, how do they react? That's the whole point of Halloween Kills. Halloween Kills does have social commentary, as all 3 of these movies in this trilogy do, but it's not so much on the nose. And some people might laugh and go, are you kidding me? It's really not. It's not really getting political, I don't think. I think Halloween Kills social commentary is just like, hey, this is what happens when a bunch of underprepared, paranoid people decide to take up arms and kind of take matters into their own hands. What did you expect to happen? This mob violence and this mob rule is never good. Gassing people up and preparing them for the worst and telling them to do the worst simply just because you feel like it's your only course of action, it's almost never going to end well. And that's kind of the social commentary with Halloween Kills. Aside from that, it's literally just an ultra slasher movie. It just is. Halloween Kills is also a movie that is, dripping with atmosphere. Like you can't debate it. A lot of people can hate this movie for many different reasons, but one thing you cannot take away from this movie, it looks like Halloween, it feels like Halloween, it is just gorgeously set, dressed, photographed. The movie is just a treat to look at. It is truly delightful. That cannot be taken away from this movie. And I think on a day like today, Halloween, it's important to kind of shine light on a movie that truly does feel like Halloween, that does feel like the season, that really kind of evokes what some of the best movies that were filmed and put out around this time of year are supposed to do. They're supposed to make you feel that way. Halloween Kills does that in spades. Now, a lot of people will talk about how a lot of the dialogue in this movie is not very good. And I would agree. I think that the whole Evil Dies Tonight thing is definitely played up a little bit more by the fan base than it actually is in the movie, but you cannot deny it is said quite a bit in the movie, and at sometimes just at head-scratchingly awkward and cringy parts. It is what it is. Some of the line delivery from good actors is just really bad, and it falls flat, and you're just kind of wondering, why? What is this? It's just poorly written. It's just poorly written dialogue. There is no story to this movie. What is the story to this movie? This is a filler movie. It really is. Hey, he's just out there. And a lot of people want to fight back now. That's the story. That is the story. Michael Myers is truly in his element. He is what John Carpenter said he was from the very beginning. He's just a mindless, soulless killing machine on the loose. He's like a kid in a candy shop, a bull in a china shop. I mean, he's unstoppable. He's literally unkillable in this movie. Again, we've talked about this before, about how Halloween Ends kind of tries to under-explain or even retcon some things that happen in Halloween Kills, but just taking Halloween Kills at face value, that's what this movie is promising you. I think a lot of the reason that people were disappointed with Halloween Kills is because they felt like Halloween 2018 was something profound, that it was saying something again, and they felt like Halloween hadn't said anything in a while, which I strongly disagree with. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 was absolutely saying a lot of things, just whether you wanted to hear them or not. Halloween Kills was just, hey, what if we just kill people in really gross ways? As many people as we can. Cool. Sounds good. You got your movie. I want to shine light on Halloween Kills today because I really do think it's the most accessible of these three movies. Halloween 2018 requires you to have an understanding of what happened before it, and even confuses you at some points if you have too much of an understanding of all the movies that came after the original. Halloween Ends requires you to have an understanding of those movies while also requiring you to kind of forget about some of Kills and also be willing to take an entirely new direction. Halloween Kills is Laurie Strode? She's kind of in this movie, but not really. Yeah, that's really all you need to know. Oh, and this guy likes to kill people, and he's on the loose. That's it. This is entry level. This is gateway horror, aside from the fact that it's super gory. It really is. It's just can you shut your brain off for an hour and 40 minutes or so and enjoy it? And I said similar things when I was talking about Halloween Resurrection yesterday, how I was saying, I know some people can say they can shut their brain off and whatnot, but the difference is Halloween Kills keeps a lot of what makes Halloween Halloween and what makes Michael Myers Michael Myers. He's still an enigma. He is still truly a force to be reckoned with. You still have characters here that you care about that have carried on from previous films. And I don't care what anybody says. I think the acting in this movie, for the most part, is good. Some of the people in the mob they're not good. And a lot of the line delivery and dialogue is not good. But I'm going to defend Anthony Michael Hall. I think he does a great job in the movie. He sells me on the fact that he is I am out for blood with this dude. The problem is the dialogue he's given, let's just call a spade, is shit. He's not bad, but it's terrible lines. So I feel this still feels like a Halloween movie. I mean, you've got the Myers house just done absolutely incredibly well. Haddonfield still feels like a very lived-in town with relatable people. The music is all over the place. The kills are great. This is a Halloween movie. The atmosphere is there. It's a Halloween movie. But it's just not a Halloween movie a lot of people wanted after 18. And then after Ends came out, it was a movie they went back to and went, you know what? I wish we could have gotten that again. We as a fan base spend a lot of time arguing with each other, telling each other that one movie sucks because of X, Y, Z, or someone's opinion is just wrong. I've said this a million times on my channel. I'll keep saying it. You cannot argue subjectivity. You cannot argue opinion. A movie works for you or it doesn't work for you. But I think also as a fan base, we need to come together sometimes and be like, dude, let's admit it. If this movie came out 30 years ago, it would have been far better received. People would have eaten this up. This was a movie that was just mindless fun. It kept the right elements from the series that you need to have, like a respectable Michael Myers, some respectable characters, some stakes, and really just kind of turned everything else away. Put it on the back burner. We'll give you the drama and the story next time. Now, if this were the last movie in this trilogy, you might have been pissed off because there would have been a lot left hanging and you would have felt underserved. Absolutely, I agree. But it wasn't. We got another movie after this, and love or hate that movie, we did get a continuation. This movie was simply like, we know we're the filler, so let's be the most sugary, disgustingly bad for you filler we can be. And for that, I love this movie. I think that this movie is simply, it's just inoffensive. There are a lot of horror movies that I have watched, especially in well-known franchises, that I just feel like are offensive at the end of the day. Look what you've done to this. You totally forgot about this. I know some of you are thinking Halloween Ends right now, but still, leave me alone. Halloween Kills is not that movie. It's not that movie at all. It is just like, hey, these people survived from the last movie. Let's let Michael Myers become the Terminator. And for that, this movie rules. I'll never, ever understand people like just sifting through this movie with a fine-tooth comb and finding things to complain about when it comes to this movie. It's not for everyone. I mean, no movie is for everyone. But I genuinely feel like this is one of the most easy Halloween movies to watch. One of the most easy ones to get into. And one of the ones where you can literally just be like, looking forward to watching this one. Just really like, I can just chill for an hour and a half, have a good time, have a few drinks, whatever you want to do. That's what Halloween Kills is. It is a perfect October watch, and it is honestly one of the most misunderstood and unfairly criticized Halloween movies. And I will stand on this soapbox and defend it until the day I die, because there are so many Halloween movies in this series that have thought they were so much more than they actually were, and sometimes even leaned into that to the point of pretension, where Halloween Kills is just like, you can read into things if you want to, that's totally fine, but we're here to do one thing, and that is wreck shit. And Halloween Kills wrecks shit. So guys, I hope that this little love fest for Halloween Kills brightened your Halloween. I hope that you guys are having an incredible Halloween. I hope you got around to watching every single movie you wanted to this October. Lord knows, for once, I pretty much did. I'm actually feeling rather fulfilled. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being a part of my channel. If you're a patron of mine, if you've just been a subscriber for a long time, if you're somebody that lurks but never comments, whoever you are, thank you. This is my favorite time of year. It's a lot of your guys' favorite time of year. It's super bittersweet when it comes and goes, but honestly, I live for this month every year because you guys are so active, so communicative, so supportive, especially this time of year. And I tried this October to pump out the content for you guys, to make it to where every single day there was something new from me, because you guys deserved nothing less. So I hoped I helped make your October just a little bit better, because I can tell you guys, you made mine a whole lot better. But I want to know down below if you guys agree. Is Halloween Kills the most easily inoffensible, accessible Halloween movie? And should we stop bitching about it and just come together and be like, dude, this movie kind of rules, okay? Whatever. Is it dumb? Is it pointless? Yeah, but it kind of rules. Comment down below. Let me know. Leave a like on this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. From Nick here at the Lost River Drive-In, have the happiest, spookiest, kookiest Halloween. And I am pulling out.